All right, it's a big day. It's a big day because it's been the last couple of big days where I've been working on the truck and getting everything prepared for the camper box to actually be installed. This is a big moment. It's been a lot of work to do. So let me go through some of the things that I've been working on. So one is getting the battery box all kind of buttoned up. That was unbuttoned, had a charger on it. Getting the back wall, I know it's pretty ghetto indeed, but I keep the wind out and the cold out because it is cold out and a little windy and potentially a little rainy. Getting, so obviously the pass-through is all buttoned up and sealed up. I'm getting the snorkel put back on. I've got my shower drain line already prepped and ready to go here. I've got my gray water tank with my wiring as well for the water tank sensor already run. I've got pneumatics run, and so some of this is, they're spooled up. I've got my air compressor and air tank already run. I've got my two other rear tanks and two just because of the way they fit in here, but they're basically bridged together. You can see they actually really are butt right up against each other there. And there's a reason why one's got a slight tilt there because of the where the drain is. And then the vents, everything on those, these are all in there. They're hung by the steel straps and the aluminum Z brackets. My bigger 5-gallon air tank that's in here, that's all plumbed up, and I've got air connections down here as well, already spooled up and ready to go. I've got my fuel system ready to be connected to a new fuel filler pipe, wherever that ends up. I also, on top here, I have some 1/4 inch, very uncompressible but yet cushioning rubber that grippy, and it's spinning here down. The tape here is just to help kind of adhere where some of the spots where the edges where it's a little hard for it to adhere sometimes. I've also cleaned down the whole subframe and also the chassis frame, and I've touched up any rust and scratches on it. There were some couple of little pits and rust spots that had happened on the chassis rails and then on the subframe as well, so getting those all cleaned up. As I've gone through before, I've already cut down these cages that used to hang way down here. Partly why I did this one here, because I have my air conditioning condenser. So there's a 24-volt dual fan system here from CruiseNComfort. And you can see I've got ththese mounts in here. The way it is solid that's in here right now. Obviously the wiring can hang here. There's plenty of clearance to the ground. And then also, you might be able to see back there, I've just got my electronic drain valve for my gray water already plumbed up and ready to go. I've talked about it before too. Also my exhaust has been reduced and then rerouted from coming out here. Also the hanger for the exhaust has been removed, and the leaf spring compression stops, that the factory ones that were here, which of course the factory springs are gone, the factory suspension is no longer like it is, no longer the factory axle, all that's been changed, new perches and everything. It supports for the leaf springs and new bump stops. So I didn't need those old leaf spring bump stops in here, so took those off. And let me show you, just like it's crazy how heavy these things are, and that's really why I took them off. Well, this license plate alone, if we look at that, license plate alone is about 6 pounds, 27.1 in total here, if you can see that. And this license plate frame is really heavy, and I took that off because that's going to be the way to mount. These are all leaf spring perches, the factory perches, and the exhaust bracket that were on there, and that's 21 pounds that's on there. And so with this license plate frame, it goes to 27, and it's remarkably heavy. And so those are no longer needed, so hence those have come off. There's been only a little bit of modifications inside in the nice cardboard back wall for the moment. So that's my pass-through. What do you think? Pretty ghetto, right? Yeah, that's going to be modified. I've got this really nice roll cage right here made of rope. Factory snorkel, of course, is all put back on. That's pretty key, so this thing can be operative. And of course, all the gray water plumbing and so forth has been run, and all the pneumatics and everything, like I said, are all been run and so forth too. So I think this thing's ready to roll. So it's a pretty exciting day. What's going to happen today is the camper body floor is going to get mounted on top of this. It's going to be driven down to, for the first time since I brought it home, so in about 2 weeks of time, and that includes about a week for a funeral, and well, several days of delays, really about a week of delays for some supply chain stuff, trying to get some parts and stuff in that just never arrived. The bottom line is today's an exciting day. The camper box, something I designed and had built and was actually delivered, shipping delay. Finally got the truck after it was delayed about 2+ months on a 2-month build schedule, but nonetheless that's here. Obviously I've done the work I need to between the chassis rails so I can have all that stuff done, and today's a big day where that camper box floor is going to go on. Let me show you a little bit more to it. I did my subframe mounts. Okay, subframe mount. So here's what I've got. I've got a cupped washer That's roughly about a 3-inch diameter, and it's got a cup in the center hole. I can only get these in 3/8 of an inch hole, internal hole, and I'm using 1/2-inch bolts. Like I talked about before, I'm upping it from the 3/8 inch bolts that Total Composites generally uses to 1/2 inch. I know it's 2 sizes up, but it was part of what I could get in a fine thread, and you can get the same fine thread, same thread count in 1/2 inch as you can in 7/16. And not only that, but and I couldn't get it metric, which would have been a lot easier to work with because it's whole numbers instead of fractions, and keeping everything metric more or less on the chassis rails, so it's all just one tool set instead of 2. But also just what I could get for the tap and the bolts is what was available. Okay, so I got my cup washer, and so it sits essentially there, and it self-centers itself really within this hole, and that's part of the benefit. It really can't move. It also distributes that load, of course, to the bolt around there. And then I've also designed or built these little aluminum plates at a 1/4 inch aluminum, and these are essentially going in here like this, so that this distributes the load. I'm going to drill a hole down the middle. This cup washer is going to go between the two, and this way this thing can't move. You see how I'm trying to move it? It cannot slide. So a bolt will go down, of course, or up through the middle here into a tapped hole in the bottom of one of these big zinc aluminum chromite bolts, which really can't rust. They're incredibly strong, grade 8. That's how I'm doing it. And the reason why I'm doing that way is this way the subframe, or essentially the bolts and the camper body cannot move with the subframe. And partly I had to do it that way because the holes the EarthCruiser puts into their subframe here are just so enormous. Like I said, they're about like 1.5 inches in diameter, 1.25 inches in diameter, which obviously you can only, if you only put a 3/8 inch bolt in there, then you really have got about a 1/2 inch of movement that can go in any direction. And that's substantial, of course. I don't want my camper body sliding a 1/2 inch forward, backward, sideways, get diagonal. So this bracket cup washer set up, and the bigger bolt will help to rectify all that and keep the camper body. Now the bolts can't slide within this large subframe mount and big hole here. So that is all just completely locked in. So that's how I'm doing it. So I got to go finish drilling the holes in these, and so I'm ready to go today. So today hopefully will go smooth and simple. I'm looking forward to sharing that with you here shortly. It should be a lot of fun starting to build this thing up. Let's hope.
Thanks for watching. Coming up soon, these bolts get put into the camper body and installed to the vehicle.